Okay, here I am in RealFlight Evolution at the castle scenery, which is a 3D scenery. I'm making this video to kind of highlight the three different simulators. I fly an RC simulator, which is RealFlight Evolution, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. And one of my favorite aircraft to fly is this Huey here. This is the nose view. Here's the chase view. So kind of just showing how they model this. I can, now let's go through the various controls. So this is the collective, moving the left stick on my controller, my RC controller, configured as a joystick. So this changes the pitch of the blades to basically climb or descend. I'll be flying this in a 3D mode. The yaw on the same stick controls the tail, the pitch of the tail rotor, and then if I take the cyclic and I move it left and right, that's going to be the roll axis. You can see how the blades move, and then for the pitch axis, you can see how, looking at those like fly bar devices, you can see the difference in how the blade head and rotors react. Okay, first thing, I think I'll fly from an RC perspective, which is this fixed perspective here. Let me just, where is, I need to, somehow, it's got all mixed up. Okay, that's better. I think, actually, I'm gonna try changing things a little. Alright, gonna throttle up. Let's bring her in close so you can see how this model looks up close. I'm not the best RC helicopter pilot, so things are a little unsteady when I fly, but I'm getting practice. As they say, repetition training is really what you need. So practice. Practice, practice, practice. Do a little figure 8 flying here. And let's just bring her back in. And I will land. Okay, let's fly from a first-person perspective now. There's a lot of noise here. So now I'm inside the cockpit, or, well, the fuselage. Not quite in the cockpit. I'm kind of in the passenger area. Didn't know there was a third seat here. But, you know, it's just how it's modeled. I'm sitting a little high, so my head is actually showing the rotor assembly, which is actually a pretty good way to see how things are animated here. You can hear the servos moving as I move the collective up and down. You can see the blades pitching, and then as I pitch, you know, you can see the change. The swash is not moving, so it's just really the head linkage that is animated. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, let's do the same kind of flight. Whoa. Okay, so it's actually pretty much easier for me to fly in first-person view because I don't have to worry about the orientation as much. I can make better coordinated turns. Using the RC controller, though, is a little different than I'm used to when I'm flying a helicopter in a simulator. So there is what it's like to fly if you put a camera inside of a RC model. And let's see if I can land on that little landing pad there. Throttle. Good enough. Not quite on the bullseye, but good enough for the demonstration purposes. So that is my, this is what you can fly from RealFlight Evolution in terms of a Huey. So that's kind of a neat way to fly. Actually, I realize I can probably fly into that castle. So let's try that from a first-person view. Really, the only way you can do that. So let's see what's inside this castle. There's a whole courtyard in here. Oh, stairs. Alright. Well. Oh, I crashed. I hit the walls, which is definitely a risk when you are flying in tight quarters. Wow, that blade really went all over the place. I'm looking through the wall, apparently. Yeah, this is why I'm in a simulator, because you can do things like this and not have to repair and replace parts. That's it. I will now switch to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, I am now in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In the
taxiing, hold short runway 23 via taxiway Juliet Charlie Cross runway 23 Alpha Beechcraft 58 Whiskey.
In the Togs hangar UH-1, so it's a little loud up there. There's a jet started up near me, but this is kind of to illustrate the difference between the last simulator, which is the RC simulator, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. So here I can move the collective up, and you can see the whole rotor assembly. And then, not really, but you can see as I move the collective, the rotor pitch changing. Rotate back here. Here's the yaw. If I yaw with the torque pedals, see the tail rotor pitch change.
November 529er Bravo Juliet taxi to and hold short of runway 23
Now
via
if I
taxiway Juliet Charlie cross runway 23
roll
Alpha.
on the
Contact tower on 118
cyclic
decimal 5 when ready.
and pitch on the cyclic, see the difference. So I'm at Hanscom Field, just going to do a quick flight, and
Hanscom ground Bombardier November 626 Hotel Juliet with Yankee ready to taxi IFR. Bombardier November 626 Hotel Juliet taxi to and hold short of runway 23 via taxiway Delta Charlie cross runway 23 Alpha.
turn on the
Contact
fuel.
tower on 118 decimal 5 when ready.
Set the clock. Let's see.
Taxi to and hold short runway 23 using taxiway Delta Charlie cross runway 23 Alpha Bombardier 6 Hotel Juliet.
Throttle's closed. Okay, press the start and the clock. Roll up the throttle to idle. Okay, we have start. Let's turn the inverter on. Set the master caution. This is just going to be a quick start. So turn on the IFF, which is basically the transponder. Set to 1200. And pretty much all set. To start increasing the throttle, I'm not going to let the engine warm up too much, so it's already at the bottom of the green, or at least the exhaust gas, EGT. So get the engine RPM up, watch the rotor RPM or the torque increase. Should probably turn up. It's a overcast day out. I can see. Turn off the landing light. There we go. Oops. Went forward. Switch light. Start increasing throttle a little more. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to turn on the position. We have anti-call on. Let's make it steady, and let's turn on some interior light. That's the white light. Let's try the red light. Yeah, I like that. Get the heater. Let's turn up some of these interior lights, the console lights. That's nice. Turn them all up. Might as well turn up the co-pilot's light. Okay, all the lights are on. Maybe too bright, but you know, it is overcast. So, get into a. Let's see. I've already requested taxi. Get into a hover. That's engine RPM. bother with ATC. Just gonna fly forward taxi, kind of onto whoops. Oh, I didn't increase the throttle enough to maintain RPM. I thought I had the governor on. Yeah, it is set to auto. It's okay. Let's see, where will I take off from? There's some traffic here. I'm gonna take off this way. Yeah, the nice thing about being in a simulator is
For Sierra Bravo, you are not cleared to take off.
yes, I'm not cleared to take off, but I'm just going to fly around Hanscom Field. I've actually been on this field multiple times, both flying in and out of, and also driving there to. There's the base exchange and the commissary. I've used that before when I was in the military reserves. In an aviation unit that flew Hueys. So that's why I'm flying the Huey here. Because I'm kind of familiar with that. You know, the scenery here is not great. It's the Microsoft Flight Simulator photogrammetry, but I figured I would fly here instead of from Logan, because I've only ever flown into Hanscom via helicopter in a UH-1. So flying over the base exchange and the PX. Interesting that there's a Delta airplane there. There are all the GA airplanes. GA as in like general aviation. Pretty windy based on that windsock. So I'm just going to land in the field here. Not the best landing, but it'll do. Lower the throttle, and that's going to conclude the Microsoft Flight Simulator UH1 demo. So I'm just basically flying all the Hueys and all the different simulators I have. This is Microsoft, so kind of showing the difference. And you can see it's higher fidelity. There's air traffic. Semi-realistic scenery. Little tiki bobblehead doll. That's it. That's what happens when you cut the engine. Didn't really allow it to cool down, so alright, I'm gonna pause this video at this point. Okay, I am now in DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, in a UH-1 that's basically ready to start. So keep, let's see, there's the crew status thing. Wonder if I can, I don't remember the key strokes to get rid of it. That's okay. We'll just keep it up. I'm on a boat and, or a destroyer, and there's some F-14s flying in a pattern to land. Oops. I really should not, I'm a little out of practice here, but okay, there's the aircraft carrier that those Tomcats are going to land on. So I'm just going to fly over there and watch them land. I need to kind of fly forward so that I can maintain some airspeed while I fly next to the carrier. Wow, I really have to put in a lot of left torque on the pedal as I try to hover, not hover, but hold station next to the carrier. Trying to watch the traps here and see crewmen on the deck getting in position. There's one of the Tomcats. Let's go forward a little bit, watch him taxi on the carrier deck. So basically, this is a mission I configured. It's kind of a scripted thing. You can see Tomcat landing there. There should be 2 more coming. There's a whole flotilla here. There's another Tomcat coming in. Getting a little close. There we go. That's an interesting view. One wire. Comes another, the last plane to land. Yeah, so this is what you can do with DCS, which is sort of like a little sandbox to play around with, similar to the RC RealFlight Evolution simulator. So now, actually, I think I will land on, let's see, I could land on this Tawara class assault ship, or on the carrier where the Tomcats landed. I think I will land on that carrier where the Tomcats landed. So and that will conclude my Huey flight. I'm obviously not I'm a little low. You can see the ball, the meatball is low, but it's okay. I'm not trying to trap. So the Tomcats. All right, I've landed, and Tomcats are still in place there. All right, I think that will, I'll just go ahead and shut down. So let me turn off that low RPM alarm. Where's my mouse? There we go. I didn't think the engine cool down, but that's okay. Inverter is still on. That's turned off. And I'll just turn off the fuel. And let's turn off the battery. See the crew members walking about, getting in position to, I don't know, launch more aircraft, perhaps. And this is a Navy Huey. And, yeah. These are all the Hueys I have in simulators that I can fly, and it's one of my favorite aircraft.